Did I enjoy or did I regret playing Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza, the last game in the series, as my first Yakuza game ever? Well, let's dissect my choice a bit and let's see the pros and cons, shall we? I know here and there some details from the internet and from my boyfriend that has played at least 6 games by now, or 7 by the time I'm making this video. And I know about some of the side characters like Saejima, like Akiyama. You know, I just had to really see their personalities and I really had to dig into as many details as I could without being really a spoiler to the other games, so that I would know who would fit the level of craziness that I would want to play with. And then the internet kind of lied to me, because they said that the Pirate Yakuza it's a spin-off game, and I know it's a spin-off game for a fact, but it's kind of having a bit of the history from the other games explained into it, which is kind of nice for a newcomer. But they also lied to me that it's a good game for a newcomer, so let me know down in the comments below if I made a mistake because the internet lied to me, or just I'm safe up until now. Now let's dig into the real plot, because it has taken me at least 45 hours and I barely finished chapter 2 in the game when I was at that point, because I was like digging treasures, I was stopping to battle the devil flags, I was stopping to do the pirate coliseum. I just did everything I could up until a point of this last chapter 2, because I don't know, I felt like exploring, I felt like cooking, I felt like bonding with people, I felt like doing the aloha links when I arrived in Hawaii. I felt like doing a lot of stuff, but also I updated my abilities like crazy and I could battle everyone, especially after I unlocked the bounty system in Hawaii, and I made a crazy hell on Mad Dog Majima because I was battling a lot. I love Majima because he's a witty, charismatic, funny, crazy lunatic that really makes me laugh but knows when to be serious. And although he's having amnesia right now, I feel like it's the funniest version of himself that I could possibly know of from the internet, at least from the other games into this game. I rarely see that the main characters are as resourceful as Majima is, because he can make anything from everything and he can convince anyone to do anything, and I was like, okay, just trust the guy, go with the flow, because he will solve the entire situation here, which is kind of funny. Basically the plot follows like this. You are Majima Goro, a 60-year-old ex-Yakuza, I would say, or present Yakuza. It depends on you how or where you left off with the series by the time you're watching this video, so I wouldn't tell you anything anymore. That suddenly finds himself washed ashore on a random near Hawaii island named Rich Island. He is unconscious and abruptly awoken by a splash of water of an 11-year-old boy Noah. And of course, he's very thirsty, and then he begs for water from Noah, and then he's like, who are you and where am I? You know, the questions start riling up. He learns later on that Noah has a cat. Basically, it's a tiger. At least Majima knows that, even though he has amnesia and he doesn't even remember his name by this point. And it's so funny that Noah's tiger is named Goro, just like Majima's last name. My light kind of overheats, so we're just going to continue like this until it just lights up again. But as I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by my light turning off. It's kind of funny because you're getting a glimpse into how is Majima like, but also you're knowing his name, because by the time I started the game, I kind of forgot that his name was Goro, and I was like telling my boyfriend, oh my god, and Noah has a cute cat, which is basically a tiger, and also Majima tells him that it's a tiger, but his name is Goro and something, and he was like, oh my god, that's so funny, but he didn't let me onto anything, let me figure out for myself. And later on he was like, I thought you knew that his name was Goro, and I was like, yeah, but I forgot. I was just so excited to try the fighting styles, especially trying the Mad Dog style, because it's my favorite instead of the Sea Dog fighting style. And I don't know, I just was swooped by the plot and I just forgot everything about Majima. I just knew that his name was Majima. I just knew that he was like having amnesia, and I was absorbed by everything that the people were telling him on the Rich Island, that they were kind of teaching him, that he was like so sweet on giving Noah, an 11-year-old boy, lessons about how to make up with your old man, how to become a man. Oh my god, it was so cute. The story unfolds beautifully with a lot of details and well done cutscenes that always made me curious about what will happen next, because everything, it's unpredictable. You're having more lunatics, you're having weird people battling you at the beach, you're having restaurants that you could buy from, and you're like trying new food, and like you're having a cute animation with Majima eating. You're having a lot of mini games. You're just discovering Hawaii and every other plot on Rich Island or on Atlantis, or with the ship and the pirates and everything, and like Majima's choice in order to become from a Yakuza to a pirate, because he doesn't even know that he was a Yakuza or he is a Yakuza anymore. You're learning it with Majima at the same time as you go, which is fantastic. You can change Majima's clothes, buy new ones, cruise on the street surfer on the streets of Hawaii, participate in aloha photo rallies where you need to find the specific part of a picture from the entire Hawaii and replicate that in order to add as many stamps as you can and then complete a photo rally. Grind on pirates for abilities, just like I told you that I was doing. You can make drink links with your crew, equip rings for better stats, and also get an achievement if you're equipping all of the 10 rings. Use your hook to fish or to catch butterflies and worms, which is not really delightful, but anyways. You can go discover different treasures with your hook whenever Noah's spidey senses are tingling for the treasure, or you can sail and gun down boats, and many more activities and minigames. It has 31 sub-stories, which is kind of a lot, judging that I made around 10 plus ish, and I logged in 45 hours just by the time I was on chapter 2, because I also did some of the sub-stories as I was going with the main story in Hawaii. But overall, I think it was the best experience that I ever had with the Yakuza. Would I change anything? Like, would I play from Yakuza 0 and then proceed into Pirate Yakuza? No. I just probably wouldn't, because I know that in Yakuza 0, Majima is stressed, depressed, frustrated, and everything with est in the final of the word, because I knew that he has been tortured, he has had his eye taken out, and I know for a fact that I wouldn't have loved this series version of himself if I didn't really find kind of a mix in between the witty, the charismatic, and also the seriousness from the Pirate Yakuza. So I believe this for me was one of the best choices that I could ever make. I don't know, seems like starting backwards. I know, crazy, right? It's crazy to say that. But I don't know, for me it like really appealed to, and after I'm done with this game and I'm completing everything, because I'm kind of wanting to make it 100% completion, which is going to take some time, but anyways, I really am going to go into Yakuza 0 Director's Cut, because don't hate on me here, but I first started it with the English narration and voice acting instead of the Japanese one, and I kind of fell in love with Majima, and I cannot really see Majima as having the Japanese voice actor, although I know that the most crazy scenes and, you know, Japanese styled humor, it's mostly on the old Yakuzas and not on this one, because this one is kind of a spin-off. I mean, it is a spin-off, but yeah, for me it was a win. And by the way, fun fact, this is my 100th video on this YouTube channel as a long form, and I couldn't be grateful that you guys are part of this journey with me. So thank you very much, and I'm hoping that I will see you on the next video for every Thursday and bi-weekly on Sundays. And up until then, happy playing. I need to go and get a new light for my setup. Bye bye.